Good afternoon, everyone. Recently, we all have been threatened with the air pollution PM 2.5, PM 10. PM stands for particulate matter. As we know, if the size of this matter is very small, they can cause the problem to our health. This situation also happens in the food factory where the food powder such as seasoning powder, fine salt, fine sugar are used to spray on the food products. The smaller the size, the higher number of the dust that are generated during spraying. The results are first, the poor workers who need to inhale the dust during working. Second, the loss of the powders that becomes dust, and dust goes everywhere. So the third, more cleaning is needed. Now you may wonder, why don't we use the bigger size of the powder? I will give you a case that using a very small powder is very useful. This story is related to salt. Salt is one of the most popular food ingredients. It gives the salty taste, it increases the appetite of food. However, a ton of consumers are suffering from the diseases that caused by eating too much of salt. There are many research that try to suggest the way to reduce the consumption of the salt. And there was one that very interesting. A group of scientists from a company found that when we eat a piece of potato chip, only 20% of salt particle dissolve on our tongue, but the rest 80% are swollen without any contribution to the taste. This means we can use lower amount of salt with the same salty taste, but just only decrease the size of the salt. So the company changed to use the fine salt, but the problem is dust that is generated during spraying. Now let me introduce you a technique called electrostatic spraying. The principle of this technique is very simple. Let's go back to when we were about grade 7, learning about electrostatic in physics class. If there are two objects, one has positive charge and another one has negative charge, they will attract to each other. What we do with the spraying the salt is we charge the salt particle. Let's say we give the salt positive charge, and when the positive charge come closer to the chip, the negative charge of the chip will naturally flow up to the surface and magnetize the salt particle to deposit on the chip. From my research, I found that using this technique can reduce up to 88% of dust that are generated during salt spraying. Moreover, I found that the salt will distribute on the chip evenly when we use the electrostatics. That is because the salt themselves have the same charge, right? They also have the positive charge, so they're gonna repel each other, not likely to form clumps on the chip. So happy ending, right? Happy worker, happy consumer with the better chips. I believe this technique is commercially used in some countries. My team has been working on this technique for a couple years and hope to see electrostatic spraying is used commercially in Thailand soon. Thank you.